Moon Base Program latest news. NASA has formally invited India to join its Moon Base program, which aims to establish a sustained human presence near the lunar South Pole. About Moon Base program. It is one of NASA's most ambitious programs, which aims to establish a sustained human presence near the lunar South Pole. Moon Base is humanity's first lunar outpost, a place where astronauts will live, work, and explore near the Moon's South Pole, an area that was first accessed by India's Chandrayaan 3 mission in August 2023. The South Pole of the Moon is important because of water ice in permanently shadowed regions, its scientific value, and potentially useful lunar resources. Through a series of crewed and uncrewed missions, NASA and its partners will build the infrastructure needed to support a sustained human presence on the Moon, unlock new scientific discoveries, and prepare for future exploration of Mars. The Moon Base will be built step by step using a phased approach. Phase 1. Now, 2029 gain reliable access, experiment, and learn. Robotic missions will explore the lunar South Pole, demonstrate new technologies, and gather the knowledge needed to guide future development. NASA will identify promising locations for future infrastructure, improve mission capabilities, and reduce risk before astronauts arrive. Phase 2, 2029 to 2032 build and expand. Building on what is learned during Phase 1, NASA will begin deploying the first infrastructure needed to support long-term operations on the Moon. Early power systems, cargo transportation, logistics, and communications capabilities will expand humanity's footprint on the Moon and enable increasingly complex missions. Phase 3, 2032 and beyond live and work on the Moon. With the Moon Base's foundational infrastructure in place, NASA will begin assembling a permanent lunar outpost where astronauts can live and work for extended periods. Habitats, power systems, communications, transportation, and other critical capabilities will come together to support an enduring human presence near the Moon's South Pole. NASA has invited ISRO to join its Moon Base program, strengthening India-US cooperation in lunar exploration and paving the way for deeper collaboration in human spaceflight. The invitation was extended during the 9th India-US Civil Space Joint Working Group, CSJWG, meeting held at ISRO headquarters in Bengaluru on August 5 to 6, 2026. About 9th India-US Civil Space Joint Working Group meeting. The India-US Civil Space Joint Working Group, CSJWG, is a bilateral forum for discussing and advancing cooperation in civil space activities. The 9th meeting was held at ISRO headquarters in Bengaluru on August 5 to 6, 2026. Senior officials from both countries reviewed ongoing space cooperation and discussed new areas for collaboration. The meeting expanded the focus beyond existing joint missions to lunar exploration, human spaceflight technologies, scientific data sharing and commercial space activities. Key outcomes. NASA invited ISRO to join its planned Moon Base program. Both sides agreed to advance discussions on open scientific data sharing under the Artemis Accords. India and the US discussed cooperation in human spaceflight technologies and future space science missions. Both sides agreed to build on their cooperation after the successful NISAR mission. India and the US reaffirmed their commitment to the long-term sustainability of outer space activities. The two sides reviewed multilateral efforts under the UN Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space, COPUOS. The meeting also advanced civil and commercial space cooperation under the U.S. India Trust Initiative. About NASA's Moon Base program. NASA's Moon Base program aims to establish a long-term human presence on the Moon, with the planned outpost located near the lunar South Pole. The program will use a series of crewed and uncrewed missions to gradually build the infrastructure needed for astronauts to live, work and conduct research on the Moon. The lunar South Pole is preferred because permanently shadowed craters there are believed to contain water ice, which can potentially provide drinking water, oxygen, and ingredients for rocket fuel. Using these local lunar resources could reduce the need to transport supplies from Earth and make longer stays on the Moon more practical. The experience gained from living and working on the moon is also expected to help NASA prepare for future human missions to Mars. Why NASA invited ISRO to join Moon Base program? NASA has invited ISRO because India has already demonstrated its ability to land and operate a spacecraft in the lunar South Pole region, where the moon base is planned. Chandrayaan-1, India's first lunar mission in 2008, provided important evidence of water molecules on the lunar surface, increasing scientific interest in lunar water resources. Chandrayaan-3, building on this experience, India successfully soft-landed on the moon in 2023 and demonstrated its ability to operate in the challenging southern polar region. Vikram and Pragyan, the lander and rover, carried out surface operations and scientific experiments, giving ISRO valuable experience in lunar landing, mobility, and surface exploration. ISRO's experience in lunar landing, surface exploration, and low-cost space missions can contribute to NASA's plans for sustained lunar operations. Significance for India. For India, the invitation provides an opportunity to move from successful lunar missions towards participation in sustained lunar exploration. First, it can help deepen India's technological capabilities in areas such as lunar robotics, surface operations, communications, and navigation. Second, cooperation in human spaceflight technologies can complement India's Gaganyaan program, particularly as India develops experience in sending humans beyond Earth orbit. Third, participation can give Indian scientists and space companies opportunities to contribute to future lunar infrastructure and scientific missions. Most importantly, it places India closer to the center of the emerging international effort to establish a long-term human presence on the moon. About India U.S. space cooperation. The NASA invitation builds on a growing India U.S. space partnership that has gradually expanded from scientific cooperation and Earth observation to lunar exploration, human spaceflight, and commercial space activities. Artemis Accords. India signed the Artemis Accords on June 21, 2023, becoming the 27th signatory. The accords provide principles for peaceful, transparent, sustainable, and cooperative exploration of the Moon, Mars, and other celestial bodies. India's participation provides a framework for deeper cooperation with the US on future lunar exploration. NISAR mission. NISAR, NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar, is a joint Earth observation mission developed by NASA and ISRO. It uses advanced radar technology to monitor changes in land, ice, forests, and other Earth systems. Its successful cooperation has strengthened the technological relationship between the two space agencies. Human spaceflight. India and the US are exploring cooperation in human spaceflight technologies. This is relevant to India's Gaganyaan program and its longer-term ambitions in human space exploration. Scientific data sharing. At the 9th CSJWG meeting, both sides agreed to advance discussions on open scientific data sharing under the Artemis Accords. This can improve scientific collaboration and access to data from future lunar and space missions. Trust Initiative. The U.S. India transforming the relationship utilizing strategic technology, Trust Initiative provides a broader framework for cooperation in critical and emerging technologies. Under this initiative, India and the US are expanding cooperation in civil and commercial space activities. The partnership is now moving from individual joint missions towards lunar exploration, human spaceflight technologies, and commercial space cooperation.
Thank you for watching. Helps you in your UPSC journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more guidance and click the bell icon to never miss an update. Keep studying hard and good luck.